Well, as you can read the title, and yeah. Hello, everyone. It's your friendly neighborhood Eric Nigma here with another video about vinyl to some degree. And there is no laundry being done in the background. Just me, just my voice. Anything else you hear is just the surroundings, nature, whatever. But yeah, I don't want this video to be long because we're only talking about one thing really. Few records to show, but one subject, and that is the Slipknot. Yeah, man. You know how you really don't know how to really talk about something that's always been part of your life. Like basically what I'm trying to say is, like your favorite band, like how you really talk about one of your favorite bands, if not your favorite band. A brief summary, whatever. So, real quick, yeah, man, my history with Slipknot is a very interesting one. I remember one of the first times MTV ever played the Wait and Bleed video, the one with the concert footage in it, and it just because nu metal was so common at the time, and it was the only form of metal I knew because I was like really young. Like I was between I had to be like between like 7 or 9 years old, because the first album came out in '99, and I turned 8 that year. So yeah, I was about 7, man. Yeah. I'm that old and that young at the same time, but you do math. But yeah, so that was my first introduction to Slipknot, was seeing that Wait and Bleed video on MTV. I was already familiar with bands like Korn, Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, Deftones, System of a Down, whoever. Well, I don't think System was out yet. System, I think, was out yet. Rage Against the Machine, all that shit. Incubus. It was getting played and then home, and it was on MTV, and I loved it all. POD, the name, the list goes on. I loved all those bands, still do. Big nu metal defender. Yeah, so it gave us Slipknot. And that was my first introduction to Slipknot, and I pretty much was following them throughout then. I think like through each album cycle, as I remember, I think the next time I saw like when Iowa was out, that era, I think I'm pretty sure, God, it was the music video for the Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil movie. What is the song? Oh my God, My Plague, brain fart. Yeah, My Plague. Saw that video. That was another time something that was on my radar. I got the Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack, the track Snap that was on there. That was probably one of the first times I heard a full Slipknot song, like from beginning to end. Then I went and saw the movie Rollerball in theaters, and Slipknot was in that for a minute. And I remember when I first was starting to watch Headbangers Ball, videos like Duality, and Before I Forget, which I specifically remember that one because I was like, oh, are they going to show their faces? Because the masks were on the mic stands and stuff. And yeah, that was my journey through Slipknot, and I didn't really get the interest to actually jump into them until All Hope Is Gone. And because that was when I was, that's when Psychosocial was a massive hit. And Dead Memories, though, was my shit. Dead Memories is still one of my favorite Slipknot songs. Left Behind. Oh my goodness. Left Behind. that video, that's actually the first full Slipknot music video and song I actually fully ever heard. You know, like I heard Wait and Bleed, but I wasn't really paying attention to that. I was really just focused on how they looked, because you never really seen nothing like this at the time, at least my little child brain. But Left Behind, though, that was the video that I think really, really kind of planted the seed of me eventually becoming a maggot and becoming a fan. And yeah, you know, I finally got into them, honestly, unfortunately, around the time Paul passed away. You know, I think it was the press conference they did where they were all very emotional and sad, and, you know, it just kind of made me feel like it was relatable, I guess, in a weird, you know, unfortunate way. You know, they didn't feel like they didn't feel scary anymore. As they were growing up, they just felt like regular dudes, and it really kind of intrigued me to go back and you know, really go through their music, their catalog, and all the stuff I grew up hearing. And yeah, fast forward over 10 years later, man, seen them twice. One of the times I saw them with my dad, that was awesome. And yeah, they are one of my favorite bands. And 6 minutes into this video, I'm just here to show you what I have so far of them on vinyl, because of course they're one of my favorite bands of all time, and I'm a big vinyl collector, as y'all may know. I gotta have their stuff, right? So yeah. Now there's 2 additions to this. That is why I'm doing this video, because the first record I'm gonna show, it's not the latest record. I'm waiting to get that. I'm kind of, honestly, the end so far, I'm a little mixed on it right now. But you know, for collectors purposes, you know, I'll get it at some point. But the latest record I have by Slipknot is We Are Not Your Kind. This is a great record. This is a great record. I don't care what anyone says. The writing on this, Corey's writing on this, especially on Nero Forte, and that breakdown part, I guess you want to call that. Come on, man. Yeah, they were in the pocket when they made this record. Yeah. This is a great record. This is just blind. This is just black vinyl. Yeah. But yeah. This is, in my opinion, one of their better records. I don't care what anyone says. Very strong release by the Knot. Yes, We Are Not Your Kind. Highly recommended. Check out the gatefold. Not too much there. But yeah, this is a great record, in my opinion. Put this away. Real quick. Okay. It's gonna take forever, but I am. So, yeah. These sleeves piss me the fuck off, for real. Next record that I have is Point 5, The Gray Chapter. The first album they did without Paul Gray, and without Joey Jordison in the band. This was a change in a different direction for Slipknot. But this is one of my favorite albums, man. Like, this is the first album they dropped and I listened to. Everything else was me catching up, but this was the first album that came out and I listened to, and I was just like, yeah, this is my new favorite band. They can do no wrong. This is black vinyl as well. But yeah, this record is so good. I mean, Sarcastrophe, Kill Pop, but the one that kills the least. The negative one, Custer, is great. And yeah, my favorite, probably one of my favorite Slipknot closing tracks is If Rain Is What You Want. Yeah, that's easily my favorite Slipknot closing track. Yeah, And this was the first album with V-Man and Jay Weinberg, who had the duty of replacing the late greats Paul Gray and Joey Jordison, R.I.P. to those men and what they helped start with this band. And next up is when we start to get into the newer records. So, as I said, All Hope Is Gone is the record where I finally was really like, I think I want to listen to these guys. I think I want to finally like actually listen to these dudes. I saw this CD in store on like a school trip in, was it my senior year? I believe it was my senior year. No, I don't think it was my senior year because this came out in 2008. So I was like a sophomore, maybe junior in high school. But yeah, this was a big record. I know people were mixed on it. I think it's fine. I don't think it's bad at all. I mean, it's definitely their more accessible album. It's definitely more radio friendly. But if you want to argue that, but yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I definitely think the Gray Chapter is a better record. Check out this. I will say this is one of my favorite Corey masks. Well, actually, no, the Gray Chapter mask. His Master in that era is my favorite. I do like Clown's mask in this one. I do like Clown's kind of bondage mask from this era. That's probably one of my favorite versions of his mask that isn't that classic orange hair clown mask. This is on like some neon yellow vinyl, man. Check that shit out. Yeah. But yeah, All Hope Is Gone has a special place for me because that is the record that I finally just, gave him a listen. And yeah, it's been great since then. It's one of the best decisions I ever did. Finally listen to Slipknot. So yeah, gotta be careful. I don't want to fuck this up. This is what the record came in. And this is from Slipknot's store, their official web store. So yeah, this is an official All Hope Is Gone vinyl. Yeah, great. The next record is a must-have that I also got along with it, which is Volume 3, Subliminal Verses. This is a favorite of many, I believe. Yeah, man, this record, I would say this is when they really, I started to notice that they were really becoming popular for real. Like, yeah, like I said, Duality, the music videos to Duality and Before I Forget, those were pretty much playing on MTV and MTV2, especially Headbangers Ball. They were playing every Slipknot video. I'm pretty sure that's where I saw Left Behind on as well. And just these masks for this era, for sure, is when I really remember them. That's for certain, especially Corey's mask and hair during that time. For real, yeah. So this is another special record for me, just because of when they were growing up and whatnot. Grape vinyl, check that out. That's what it says on the cover. It says grape vinyl. So, yeah, makes you thirsty for some juice, That's what I say. Yeah, this was a must-have for me. When I saw they had this on the web store not too long ago, I was like, yeah, I gotta get that. I'd be dumb to not get that. And last but not least, this is a must-have. And I believe this is also from the web store. It's not from the web store. It's an official vinyl release. I think I got this from Revolver. Yes, I got this from Revolver's web store, which I've put over many times on this channel. And that is the very first album, the self-titled Slipknot record. Yes, this is everything. This is, you know, this is sick. This is idols. This is wait and bleed. This is spit it out. This is you know, this is surfacing. This is tattered and torn. This is prosthetics. Liberate, you know, produced by Russ Robinson, he is the godfather of new metal for what he has done for so many of those bands, and just the sound of so many raw, game-changing metal records. Lemon, I think it says. It's like a lemon. It's kind of like a neon yellow after All Hope Is Gone, but yeah, lemon. Boom. There we go. That's it. Colored vinyl. Yeah, this is a game-changing, groundbreaking record. Arguably a classic, but as I said, that's arguable because the follow-up to this is easily, you can say the same thing. Game changer, groundbreaking, classic metal record. But that's what I'm missing. That's what I'm missing. I gotta get that one. And you'll definitely know about it when the next time I have a video. But yeah, those are my Slipknot records so far. Definitely gotta get that one, as I just mentioned, and I will definitely end up getting this is the end, the end so far. Probably the weakest record in their catalog, but the most ambitious one, nonetheless. But yeah, that's my Slipknot collection, and yeah. Talk about Slipknot in the comments. What do you think about them? You know, how you feel about them? What's your history with them? Have you seen them live? Are they one of the greatest metal bands of all time? I think so. I think they're easily up there with your Metallicas and Slayers and, you know, Iron Maiden. I think they're definitely up there. They are definitely one of the greats who have come from that new metal early 2000s, late 90s era of metal bands. They've evolved in a way that you can only respect, if not love, and appreciate. So yeah, that's it. I don't want this video to go on any longer. As you guys know, I'm your friendly neighborhood Eric Nigma. Do the YouTube things, which is, you know, the liking, the commenting, the subscribe, whatever the buttons may be, share. I don't give a shit. Just come back next time. And yeah, that's all I got. I'll try to be a little more consistent, but, you know, gotta have something to show. So yeah, that's all. Peace. Still don't know how to end these videos. Whatever.